World Cup Snooker 2017. England versus Iran. Best of 5.
Well, it's difficult to come off the pack with side and also try to avoid the blue on the way back, which he hasn't done. So the first real chance sent falls to Judd Trump for the English team.
Trump is well aware of the size of the task at hand. He beat Hossein. Both of these youthful prodigies. As for Vafaei, when he won the World Amateur Championship in 2011 in Bangalore, India, at the age of 17, he was the youngest ever winner.
Yeah, I still can't believe he's still only 22. He looks slightly older than that.
Other big amateur wins for Vafaei: 2012 Asian Under-21 champion, 2014 World Under-21 champion in the UAE, where he made a 147.
Oh, nice shot there, just floated it in for the black. Well, it's a little bit crowded around the black spot here. He's got some work to do. But the thing is, from Judd's point of view, Phil, he'll want to get England off to a good start in this group match. I think the black will spot. He's on the red, just to the right of the black, so also one to the middle, I think. Might get on the pink here. Could have done with a little bit more on the cue ball, just left it slightly awkward. Good crowds in this week as well, Phil. I mean, they love the snooker in China, don't they? And of course, let's not forget that this is Ding Junhui's hometown. So they were delighted when they heard the news that the World Team Cup was coming here.
Yes, and as I said before, England hoping to do considerably better than when the World Cup was played right here in Wuxi 2 years ago. Finished third in their group behind China B, the eventual champions, and Thailand.
16.
And that was just a few months after Bingham had won the World Championship.
Yep. Well, looking down the list, we've said this before, Phil, but looking down the list of the players in the top 16, England could put 3 teams in. And you've got Ali Carter, you've got Sean Murphy, you've got Ronnie O'Sullivan.
22.
The hosts, of course, are allowed to put 2 teams in. Things are starting to build up now, though, in the group stages. The groups are sorting themselves out. England a very strong favourite to win their particular group. And of course, in all of the groups, there are favourites in their particular groups, but it's going to be all about who's going to come second.
You just know that in Iran, where snooker is becoming more and more popular and they're producing more and more fine players, this match will be of great interest.
Still a lot of reds around the black spot there. But still 2 or 3 open ones.
36.
No, he's played on the blue. I think he's just about got the right angle.
From virtual to reality. Just low.
Judd obviously a strong favourite.
41.
And he was absolutely gutted.
And because he went out so early there, it's been almost 3 months since he's played competitively because he chose not to enter the season opening Riga Masters. No sign of rust though, Mike.
No. It's obviously, we know he's been away on holiday, but he's been practicing hard as well as soon as he got back.
40.
He's a delight to watch once he's in full flight. There's no doubt about that. While there, he's nudged 1 or 2 open.
55.
Break goes to 55, but all of a sudden this now has become a frame winning opportunity. Because he's what, 4 reds open, 5 reds open, got the pink available.
56.
He's played these very well. It's pretty much like Ding Junhui, Phil, isn't it? It's great interest when this guy plays in China. He's got a massive fan base here.
Having to tweak on a lot of side. Mars the position.
Yeah, still has the pink, probably to the middle, and he only needs the pink. This is frame ball.
England
Well, he's played half and half there with safety in mind, but there is enough still on here for Hossein. But
Awkward balls there. The clearance is on.
yeah, not a lot of wriggle room though, as regards colours.
What?
Well, that is a great pot. Could be some steel. Judd Trump was totally in control of his frame until he ran out of position from onto that red. He might even lose it now. Does the black go?
None.
Chose to stay low on the pink. He could have done with probably another couple of inches on the white, but it's okay here. It'll free up this red to the same corner. Well, Judd must be concerned now, Phil, because reds go into both opposite corners, and this is a great chance to steal this opening frame.
He's not frightened, this man. He's highly motivated in every match he plays. He's improving all the time. Watch out for him this season. One to monitor. I think he's a little straight on the pink there, mind you.
Yeah, he's just got enough angle to come across the table, I think, and he wanted to be high on the pink. But yeah, he's okay. He can get across with that red. And of course, he's got the correct angle. The black won't go, but if he's got the right angle, he can move the red away here. I'm not sure, it looks a bit straight. And there's 41 in it. The problem here, he needs a pink and the black. 2 pinks, he can only tie.
23.
But he can get onto the black from this final red.
The highest break of the tournament, 140. But I think in terms of an actual competitive frame, this would be the best. Every chance.
Yeah, he needs the black off this red, otherwise he can only tie with the pink of 3 inches. Well, after all that, he's chosen to play a safety. In fact, it's a snooker. But I'll tell you what, that was a decent visit to put himself back into this frame.
He's round the back of the red. Worse still, he's perhaps left it, but I think
Well, he's left
with
a
a free ball, that's it.
Oh, even worse.
That was the worst possible scenario for Trump, and now he's really regretting that positional lapse when he got the frame basically in his pocket.
Well, this would give the Iranian team a massive lift if it were to win this frame from here. Oh, he's gone wrong. He's got too much into the white.
The sense he wanted to be.
You're on 5.
Well, you can see the disappointment there. All he had to do was get on the red. It might have been frame over. So 25 the lead then for England. 35 on. Well, Judd's had a second bite at the cherry there. It should have been all over. What about that one?
All the time, he's got a good all-round game, tremendous temperament. I think we can watch out for him this season. Could be a threat, and again, it's going to be a free ball.
You're on 4. Free ball.
Well, it won't be in a minute because he's playing the green to put it back on its own spot. This counts as the red, of course. Well, it's all gone wrong for that man in the second half of this frame.
Not exactly ideal on the lap.
Bang in the middle. Well, it's going to be about yellow to green. Just thinking about the group, Phil. I mean, England have got off to a flying start in this group, but you know, these lads can play, and it can get a little bit sticky, can't it? If they don't I'd say show respect, but you know what I'm saying.
Well, Iran are unbeaten so far. They've had a couple of 3-2 victories over first Pakistan and then Switzerland. The leg on the table gave him more stability, and now he's in to win.
Well, we'll go back to that positional shot that Judd played, and amongst him, 55. He was looking good. A bit casual, lost position. He only needed the pink to the middle. But every credit here to Hossein. This is great stuff. This is top-class snooker. Didn't land on the last red correctly, chose to play the safety. In fact, he got the snooker. And since then, Judd's been in trouble.
And because of the penalty points he's picked up, he only needs the pink.
35.
Hossein Vafaei will be loving
World Cup Snooker
Hawkins here
2017.
will want to put that
England
right.
versus Iran. Best of 5.
Vahedi won the World Amateur Championship in Doha in Qatar, and he beat some very good players to do so in the knockout phase. Overcame the likes of Chris Totten from Scotland, former professional Michael Judd from the Republic of Ireland. In the semi-finals he beat Declan Brennan 7-6, because who we've already seen this season is an emerging talent.
Yep, we know what Barry Hawkins is all about. Don't need to explain that one. Didn't play that very well. He missed it by a mile. That's why he finished behind this red. If he'd have potted it, there'd been no.
What?
His partner lose the opening frame, so there's no way they want to go 2-0 behind. As I said, that could get sticky.
24.
In the history of the World Cup, no team has won it more than England.
32.
Victors in 1981, 83, 88 and 89. The teams in 88 and 89, by the way, included Eurosport's own Neil Foulds, together with Eurosport's own Jimmy White. The other member of the team was Steve Davis.
Well, it's not finished bad. That's this red to the middle. And he's nudged them open, so this is a real chance here to make it one apiece.
In the first ever World Cup, Mike, in 1979 at Hayden Hill Leisure Centre in Old Hill in the West Midlands, about a mile from my house actually, something happened to England in the final that's never happened since. Fred Davis, John Spencer, Graham, and they were beaten not just with a session to spare, but with a day to spare. The last day was cancelled.
46.
And that's why schedulers now never allow that to happen. Even in the final at the Crucible, if one player totally dominated on day one, the most they could be ahead would be 17-0. They'd still need to come back for a frame the following day.
Break goes to 53 then here from Barry, and what, still got 3 good reds open. Oh, surprised he went. Well, Barry pretty much did the same as what Judd did. We ran out, got himself in a good position, then ran out of position.
England 60.
You really need to put on the board.
Foul.
Well, It needs that red to go tight to the cushion, and it hasn't done, so I suggest it's frame over.
What?
Yeah, third frame will be the doubles frame, of course, and then the reverse singles. Barry's played a pretty solid frame here. Gets off with a 60, good safety. Got the mistake. Frame over. Can't do much more than that, Phil, unless you're winning frames in one visit.
40.
Well, I think these two complement each other well, don't they, Trump and Hawkins? One of them is Mr. Spectacular, able to do anything. The other is Mr. Reliable.
Yes, very true.
What? 20. 29.
It's been very noticeable, as you said, about all these. He's missed out. These two boys have been quite relaxed out there, haven't they? As a team, as players, as individuals, and as a team. Enjoying themselves in this year's World Team Cup. Oh.
Well, the referee, I think, conceded for Vahedi.
World Cup Snooker 2017. England versus Iran. Best of 5.
Nope, got too much on it. Caught the first red. Didn't get far enough down the cushion. If he can try and get to the blue, he's got to negotiate some sort of gap to get there. Well, I don't know, is the pink available? Well, that's what he's played on. I'll tell you what, he's played that pretty good. Oh, it's just run too far. Well, from the other camera angle, it didn't look like he could see enough of this. Amazing. Yeah, he could. I just thought it had turned over a little bit.
Where it should be.
Yeah, you don't need the referee to be too fussy, do you? You want to allow the player to get on with it. Otherwise, you can break the rhythm, break the concentration. Some referees can be a little bit too fussy. I know they've got to put the ball in the right place.
Just seemed to be stretching slightly past where he should have been. And that's why the red went.
Well, oh dear me. Unexpected. I went for this red, and 14 reds moved. And I went back and apologised. I said, I'm sorry, Stephen, I'm seem to be playing my usual game. He said, well, what game do you normally play? Cheeky young man, only about 19. No respect for the elders, you know.
There is a certain psychological...
Yeah, and I think the thing is, these two players here, the England team, are well balanced out. They're both strong players, so it's not a question of getting one in. But with me and Stephen, it was a question. I knew what a power scorer he was, so it was only a question of me keeping things tight and trying to get him in. And that's what it's all about. But of course, it's only one frame in this format. The world doubles. Both teams have had good early chances in this frame so far. Now he needs some cover here. He's caught the right side of the yellow.
Find the miss.
Well, it had to be thin.
You're on 4.
Safety again. Better this time.
We see that so often. He's one of the best players in the world when it comes to
5 minutes just on that one shot, Phil. That's what professional sport is all about, of course. More talented than others, but the most talented players still have to work very hard indeed.
Well, as the cue ball was coming down the table there was an inevitability about what was going to happen.
Cue ball and well, he had a chance to pot that and just avoid the other red, but seems to have got away with it. Well, I say there wasn't one on. He decided to take that one onto the corner. I thought he might have just played safe for one, and now he's left it. Well, I think he's pushed the boat out there a little bit. I think a bit of patience was needed there. But not easy to get onto a colour from this red. Oh, he's on one. What about that for a nudge?
Well, it's not perfect, but he'll take it.
Could do with cannon in the red in the middle of the table here. Well, he's gone around the table. In fact, I thought he was going in and off, but he's got away with it. Chose to try and get close.
England 7.
Yep, that was the correct shot to play. Need to. They could still win this match 4-1, England, and I say they're just about there in the quarterfinals. Oh, no, then has that moved?
England 4.
I wonder if that's moved. Nothing there.
Cue ball passed over.
Yeah. Yeah, he's played it well. Well done. Well, in some quarters, Phil, some people might think this was going to be plain sailing for England here, but I'll tell you what, they've got a match on.
Have to be watched very closely because they've got lots of ability. Mind you, that was terrible. And
Yeah.
this time it's Iran's turn to get away with it.
Yeah, well, red on. But because he knows he's got bounce.
I think the aim for the English is to get enough frames on the board in this match and again tomorrow against Pakistan has extra spice. It is a slower form of the game.
Caught that too thin. He doesn't want that cue ball to go in. Oh, he's had a result there.
accurate. We've seen 3 centuries in doubles frames in this tournament.
Yeah, 7 centuries made to date. Ryan Day at the top of the tree with 140. Unfortunately, there's no break prize.
At the top of Group A have been tremendous. They whitewashed Finland 5-0 earlier today. Mark Williams had breaks of 109, 41, 50.
Wales are really strong, and let's not forget that Ryan's just come off the back of winning the Riga Masters, so you know he's full of confidence, and we know the experience that Mark's got. So another very, very strong team.
The other results in Group A earlier today. Group as it stands, Northern Ireland, Scotland second with 9, and then India and Thailand both have 8 frames won. I can give you another score update. Australia going great guns. They've won the doubles against Switzerland as well.
Oh, this frame here has got a little bit scrappy as all the reds have gathered themselves to that left-hand side. Well, I think the right-hand one is available. Yep. Well, it's all about where the white was going to finish. Now he has the black to the...
England 1.
Just a few murmurings in the... Coming next is Vafaei. And we know how dangerous he can be.
Got lucky. There's a guy. He obviously went for the pot there, but with an element of safety. Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, Judd started this match. He absolutely. Back to where he was then. A few safeties to be played before another opening appears. Good play.
Well short of pace.
Yeah, that was pretty poor, really, especially at this level.
Yes, Mike, and now quite a messy table, isn't it? A couple of clusters of reds and another lone red on the right-hand side cushion.
Yeah, and because he finished the wrong end though, but he hasn't been doing it of late. It's done over for the black. Well, it wasn't clean. That's why the white's finished there.
Hey. Blue ball.
Hence the safety.
England 8.
believe he went for that. And Barry might be going for... Oh, well played. Great cueing. Stroked it in.
Produced one of the great performances of last season, did Barry Hawkins, to win the World Grand Prix at Preston Guildhall. Beat Ryan Day in the final, made 5 centuries. He's not going to make a century here. It would take a magician to do that, but all points are useful.
Yeah. Just looking to put the frame on the board. And this is no gimme. No. Oh, he's disturbed the others as well. He might have left the red on behind the black there. Just needs one good part and good position. I mean, the rest is there. A couple of awkward reds, of course, but always very close to that blue. And that's the problem if you can't right get down to the shot properly. It can impede the cue action. Didn't impede it there, though. Excellent pot. He's on the pink to the middle. Now, there's just a little bit of pressure on this one.
Iran 1.
Really lead Switzerland 4-0, and suddenly they've become very much a factor in this group.
Still everything to play for in this third frame. Yeah, he's gone for the treble to try and land on the blue.
In this kind of frame, patience really is a virtue. You've just got to grind it out, get the result. No style points.
Yep. Yep. Just, you know, if you have to win ugly, win ugly. It's a good return. Well, at least the Reds are in better positions now.
It's very high. And
Yep.
taking those factors into account, I think the conditions are excellent.
Yeah, I'm just going to say that. Sorry, fellas. I was about to say that as well. We mentioned it before that the tables have played well. Well, he had 2 goes at it. Now then, there's this white going in.
Foul.
Well, it was close on 2 occasions, and it has gone in this time. Not too much damage done.
Well, we've seen some fluent stuff in this tournament so far, but we've also seen some really lengthy exchanges at the marathon.
Well, we must be getting on to 30 minutes with this one, surely. It's not bad.
As you can see, large crowd in. I think the reason for that is that China A are next on this table, up against Egypt.
Middle back. Ooh. It's going in this time.
Well, that was unfortunate. He got a good white there, Hawkins. Trouble was the red stopped precisely there.
Yeah, he played the safety there. He was hoping might get the plant, but as you say, Phil, a bit unlucky to see that it could have landed anywhere. Another day he would have got it safe. Well, that's not great.
And Vafaei is far more experienced in front of the cameras than his partner, and it's showing in this match.
He wrong 1.
That spot. Just too thin. It's always nice to knock those in though, because then you can take control of the table. White could be going towards the middle pocket. Got to be careful here. Well played.
1.
Good part. Well, that's a bonus, pushing that red down the table, because now he can play on that red from the brown. Well, it was he and Judd Trump that battled against each other in the opening frame. I just wonder here whether Hossein's going to pinch this one off him as well, having Judd attempted that pot there. No, not too clever. Even if the pink goes, I think he's got to lay the snooker.
Rumble.
Pink won't go, so it is at the snooker.
You're on 6.
Played on the one there is the black. Well, I'll tell you what, he's done pretty well there, but I think he's still left a pot on. Better.
1.
Well, we can bring the pink into play here, which will make things much easier. It's taking some winning this frame, Phil, isn't it?
Yes, the English lead
7.
increasing incrementally, bits and pieces. But you can only take what the table gives you, even at the very highest level. Start forcing.
England 14.
So, Mike, with a 24-point lead, England more than happy to keep the yellow and blue where they are.
Yeah.
Just biding their time.
Yeah, I was just wondering whether Barry might have been tempted with a pot there. And there's been... Oh, he's been lucky. He's left the cue ball over the brown. I wonder if this... I think this red might just... Yep, well played.
One.
Now, will he land on the yellow? Oh, well, this is going in behind the blue. He'll leave the yellow there. Towards the yellow pocket with the pink there. Just the other side of the middle pocket, I think. A little bit of side. Looks a good angle. Oh, well played. That will do nicely. If he catches that a fraction thicker, it goes. I think his partner was pretty pleased with that one. They're still in this frame a run. Only 25 behind. That's not bad. How's the eyes, Phil?
Well, he's down there. I'm not, but I thought the chances of getting past the pink and making direct contact were very small indeed. And Pakistan 3-0.
I wonder if it's touching ball. No. Player played just to touch the red like that. Missed it. It was called a miss, and Mark Selby said put it back. It's only moved a fraction.
Well, he is the jester.
Yeah, typical. Yeah, when you're on the circuit.
He really is.
Very funny.
Absolute credit to the game.
Works hard, plays hard, but loves life. Well, his wife Vicky and their beautiful daughter Sophia.
Mind you, with his lead in the world rankings, missing the Riga Masters was just a minor irritation.
Well, we've done the calculation. He could take a year off, couldn't he, and still be number one. Amazing, really. Just under.
Nevertheless, plenty of incentives.
Well, especially on Sunday, with a cheque for £77,000 going to both people, both of the winners. A lot of money at stake this week. There's a lot at stake. This has been hard fought, this third frame. It really has. Hang on. Oh. Oh, he's been fortunate there. I think he was attempting to get him back. It's a good hit, but I think it's frame over. Out though, Phil, I thought I would have played it a little bit harder than that, just trusted to look a little bit, see what would have happened. You know, at that pace, there's always a danger of doing that. You really had to play a lot harder than that. But that's not overly clever either. Still needs a colour here. Yeah, well played. I think you're trying to get a cannon on the blue there, but, well, there's only one snooker.
He's more a sprinter than a marathon man, is Judd Trump, but needs must. Roll up the
Yellow there, and the cue ball down towards this corner pocket.
Here's the cue ball, uncomfortably close to the pocket.
Don't go in there. Oh, well, I don't think he's got...
That really is the cardinal sin when ball anywhere close to a pocket.
Yeah, and we know how fast these tables are, Phil, don't we? They just keep rolling and rolling. Oh, what about that one? He's played one there, Judd, and he's got the yellow over the corner pocket. So Hossein here is going to have to come off the top cushion here. Oh, any sort of contact, it should go in. Well, unless it's foolish. Foolish, I should say, could hit the near jaw, but if he misses it, frame over. No, it's wide, I think. Oh, he's caught it, well done. Not bad.
Well, this frame has been going for a little over an hour, and maybe there's some more snooker left.
Not anymore. Having said that, Barry snookered himself. Look at that. Amazing. That's what's got to be the longest frame in the tournament so far.
England 2.
I think Iran will come back, of course they will. A couple of snookers needed in the second frame of the match. The first, when he was 80+ points behind. It was only the referee getting the reds out of the pocket that stopped him carrying on.
Yeah, they're there now. 2-1 to England. Well, who knows? This could be massive, this frame, in the context of the next two singles.
7.
There's been a lot of patience needed, that is for sure.
And it's been good to see Trump's application.
Yep, he's refused a lot of pots here, hasn't he?
England 12. Under 5.
World Cup Snooker 2017. England versus Iran. Best of 5.
Where the tables are really starting to take shape. Lovely pot from Barry.
Wow, didn't get enough side on the cue ball. Very unlucky there. Say, we talk about fractions at this game, and That was the case there. That white was another inch the other side. It wasn't a problem.
What?
This is a really good chance, and we saw his capabilities when he stole that first frame from well behind against Judd Trump.
9.
I think he got a little bit of a kick there. He hadn't quite come off that cushion as much as he would have liked. Nicely done.
Something. $22.
Well, this is tough. Yeah, he just caught the other red on the way through. That could prove to be very expensive. I think Hossein has just pushed the boat out there a little bit.
What?
Just a repeat, in a moment or two we'll be going over to the European Under-19 Football Championship.
Six. Seven. $30. 40. 21. 22. 28. 35. 40. England 35. One. Okay. Round 7. One. Seven. 8. 30. 40. 19. 25. England 25. One. Seven. England 7. Foul. Iran 4. Iran 4, 3 ball. Foul. England 4. Two. Five. Nine. 40. 20. Under 5.
World Cup Snooker 2017. England versus Iran. Best of 5.
England 1. Foul and miss. Iran 4. What? Seven. 8. 30. 40. 21. 22. 22. What? England 1. on the miss. Euro 4. What? England what? What? Eight. Nine. England 9. 60. 70. 24. 24. 1. 6. 7. 12. 12. 1. 7. 9. 12. 16. 21. 27. Under fine, England. Thank you.
Hope you guys like this my Snooker King 1 to 5 videos. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my more other videos.
Okay, let's go.